Hello, welcome to a new episode of Geek Lunch Me. I'm your host Chris. As usual, I think it's about the 7th or 8th of July as I'm recording this. So to all of our American viewers, happy Independence Day for last week. Now the YouTube analytics stuff tells me that the majority of the viewers here are in the US. So as I say, I hope you enjoyed your holiday, and to everyone else in the world, I hope you enjoyed your day at work. Now, the YouTube analytics also tell me that the majority of people watching aren't subscribed. So if you're not already subscribed, why not hit that subscribe button? We'd absolutely love to have you as a subscriber. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Helps the video get seen by a lot more people. So I thought, as Independence Day has just passed, we would check out this game based on the greatest movie set around Independence Day. Not a Will Smith or Jeff Goldblum in sight. No, Jaws, not only probably the greatest Independence Day set movie, but probably one of the greatest movies of all time, in my humble opinion. And back in 1975, when Jaws became the sort of first ever summer blockbuster and really set the trend for all the years that followed, they did a ton of merchandise, which in films up until that point hadn't had a great deal, to be honest. But back then, they slapped the Jaws logo on virtually everything, including this game, which was released by the toy company Ideal. And it plays a bit like Buckaroo that had come before it, where you had the plastic donkey and you had to put various different things onto its back, and the one that made it buck and knock everything off. Lost plays very similarly. There's basically all sorts of bits of junk that are put in the shark's mouth, and you have to try and remove them individually using a gaff stick. And the person who, when they take out their bit and the jaws snap shut is out, they have to put all their pieces back in. And then the next person takes their turn, and so on and so forth, until you get to the end, and the winner is obviously the last person standing. So having a quick look around eBay at the moment, it seems to range depending on condition and how complete everything is, and if it's got the box, the instructions, etc. Anything between 25 quid, or some people trying their luck at 450 quid. Absolutely ridiculous price. Certainly more around the between 25 and 50 pounds, I would say. Depending, for 50 quid, I would expect it to have all the pieces and the box and the instructions as well. But without further ado, to you fair Spanish ladies, let's open this sucker up and see what we've got inside. You have to excuse the shaky handheld camera for the mo, but the obviously the box being a funny shape to fit in is a bit tricky. But basically, so it says it's you against the great white shark, one wrong move, and the jaws go snap. And then we can see the classic Jaws shark straight off of the poster and the logo at the top. Now, all four sides of the box have got basically the exact same thing printed on them. So let's get it open and see what we've got going on inside. As you can see, you've got the main body of the shark. Comes like that. I think originally like the teeth were on a sprue, and there were some stickers to stick the eyes on as well. Let's get all the pieces out. So first of all, we've got the instructions, and it says, out of the depths of the dark sea comes the shark. He's the terror of the sea, but not for you in this exciting game of Jaws. So take part in the Great White Shark adventure, because Jaws is full of surprises. Each player uses his fingers or the gaff hook and tries to fish out a piece of junk from the jaws. Be careful. If you remove the wrong piece, the jaws go snap. It's you against the great white shark and each other. Now, yeah, so the instructions say you can use your fingers, which seems a bit pointless if they've given you the gaff stick. I would say that would be the way to go. And it basically tells you how to assemble the shark. You've got how to put the teeth in, how to put on the elastic bands, sticking on the eyes, adding on the lower jaw, and saying how to load everything up inside, and then the instructions on how to play. So you've got the lower jaw to go on. You've got two fins that go into the sides to make him stand up. That's the gaff hook for hooking all of the various pieces of junk out. You've got two rubber bands. I'm going to say that these are not the originals, because I imagine that rubber would have perished years ago. But yeah, somewhere along the line these have been replaced. And then you've got the various different parts of what you've got some sort of jug, a lantern, got a camera, a skull, there's a boot, a gun that the shark's eaten as well, and various other bits of junk to go in the shark's mouth. So what you do is you just take the shark, you take these fins, and they just slot in like that, and like that. At the bottom jaw, you just have to fit the lugs into the holes so that it hinges like that. The tricky bit is trying to attach the rubber bands that attach to the lugs that are on the fins, and then come around onto the mouth like that. And do the same on the other side. I say the other one goes on the mouth. And the game is all ready to play. Basically, you open up his mouth. So you load up all of the junk into his mouth there, and then you're ready to get going. Then you've got to come in carefully with the gaff stick and carefully try and pick up any of the parts and remove them like that. Now, I think the replacement rubber bands that have been put in this one are too weak, because quite often it gets down to the last piece, which obviously the jaws probably should shut earlier than that if you remove this last piece and say it snaps up. But yeah, so I think that's down to those rubber bands. They need to be replaced with some stronger ones to obviously give it more of an element of surprise. So yeah, that's just a quick short video on the Jaws game for my deal. Did you have one at the time? Have you still got it? Do you remember playing it as a kid? Drop us a comment below. It's always good to hear from you. And until next time, eat, geek, and be merry.